Good afternoon, podcast community. Well, you've wanted her back, and she's back a number of times until we educate you, until we get you to see the value of being able to protect your business and your life with the legal. I call it the legal fence around you. When
Mhm.
you do that, you're going to sleep better at night. So Wanda might be on the sleep podcast because when she signs people up, they sleep better. I don't know what it is, but that's not in a standard sleeping strategy, but we just made that up. So
Yeah.
we feel like once a person gets peace that they don't have to think that they're going to get sued or they're going to run into legal problems or people aren't going to pay them, all the challenges that come in business go away when you know. I call it like the muscle. We
Yeah.
have the muscle behind us, and it's
Yes.
kind of like, and maybe you, before you introduce yourself to it, you know, whenever we feel like we have leverage in anything, whether it's business, anything, you feel better. So you try to leverage your time, you try to leverage your business, you try to leverage things because leverage works. And so, want to tell our viewers who you are, what you do, and who you serve.
Yes. My name is Wanda Pearson, and I am actually your legal help to get you the right services that you need, your
Yep.
plans. Um, my passion is to make sure that everyone deserves legal protection, but can you afford it, right?
Yes.
So with our services with Legal Shield and ID Shield Small Business, we actually make sure that you can afford it because it's
Yes.
something that we all need. You just never know when you're going to need a lawyer, and just picking up the phone and calling the law firm. It's not just a lawyer; it's a law firm. You know how they say, Pete? They said one call, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, one call, you tap the app or you call a law firm
Yes.
and you get a lawyer that actually suits whatever situation that you're in. So but affordable legal consultation that is tailored to you
Yes.
and your business and your family needs. That's really what we do, and that's why I come in and help you get those right services.
And we talked about it on the last podcast. Is we figured out that we both been. I've been a member for since 1999, I think. So
Yeah,
24 years or something. I forgot what was your. When did you sign? When
Ni-
did you start?
1998. So Pete, we're about 26 years, going
Yeah,
on 26 years. Yeah.
and I don't. All I do is I'm a member. Okay,
Hmm.
so you help spread the word. So it's two different sets of eyes, and I want our viewers to understand this.
Hmm.
Obviously, Wanda's going to be biased towards the service because she represents it. I don't
Right.
represent it. I don't
Right.
make a penny off this. All I do is I've kept it for 24 plus years. Now,
Hmm.
there were some years that, you know, how you run into hard times and you start cutting budgets.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't cut my legal. I
Yeah.
kept it because one, my daughters were using it. Seems like all the time with speeding tickets and
Yeah.
stuff like. So, when Bob Leonard when I talked to Bob Leonard, we were on a first name basis because
Hmm.
we were using it a lot then. But then there went a couple years, 4, 5, 6. I
Hmm.
didn't use it that much, but I still kept it
Yeah.
because when you look at life insurance, you don't just like, well, I'm just going to do it when I need it. As soon as I die, I'll get life insurance. It doesn't work that way. You get
Right.
life insurance because you ensure that your loved ones will be taken care of when you're called home. I mean, we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We have no idea. We live
Absolutely.
today, one day at a time, and we want to feel peace. Like I don't want to leave my my family with my stuff. And it's
Mhm.
so. I think I want you to comment it because our topic today is how can you afford top line attorneys?
Yes, yes. And um, and I'm glad you said that. said that, because I mean, I just went through as far as my brother who had Legal Shield and he didn't do his will. And you don't know what you're leaving behind, when you don't do it with your family members. So there's always fighting and no, he wants this, he didn't want that. But having that will, which is included in your membership, and it's actually, and I want to say it's only $1 a day, $1 a day to protect you and your family. But our mission is to help protect and empower people with the tools and services that are affordable to live a
Yeah.
life, a just life, and also a secure life. So being able to have an access to that, and people, what I call it is legal insurance. So a
Yes.
lot of times, just like you said, people want to cut the cost. Oh, I'm going to cut that because I never use it. You just never know. You never know when you're going to need it. So it's better to have it than not to have it, to be proactive instead of reactive. When you start
Totally.
reactive, then you got a pre-existing problem. Even though legal shields still take pre-existing problems, but having it already, that way the attorney can go to court with you without
Yes.
charging that extra additional cost, right?
And
So
I
we
want
want to
you
make
to
sure.
tell our viewers, if I can hold you for just a second, I want you to share with our viewers the way that they get leverage with their legal protection. They've had the same law firm here in Georgia for as long as I've had it, the
Mm-hmm.
Deming Law Firm. And if I get into trouble and I have to go like looking for an attorney, good
Mm-hmm.
luck. You think a person with no relationship, but I call up, I say, Wanda, would you represent me? Who are you? You don't
Mm-hmm.
know me from Adam. We don't have a relationship. So
Right.
when you call somebody when you're in need, that's not the time to call them.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
time is to leverage relationships. So Legal Shield has leveraged the relationship with the Deming firm for years. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know how many years they've been the only firm. So
Mm-hmm.
your protection has been developed over 20 some 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is. I don't know how long
Yes.
they've been the firm. So I think our viewers, they think about when they need something, but you have
Mm-hmm.
to really, especially in business, you got to do the things that'll increase your chances of success.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. We can look around you. I heard somebody say this. Maybe you can comment. I don't know if it's true. It's like, do you ever hear like the newest way to wealth is sue somebody?
Yeah.
Well, do you
I had
know?
friends like that.
Yeah. And it's crazy because the
Yeah.
person with the most money wins in a lawsuit. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Mm-hmm.
you have to, all of a sudden you say to me, Pete, I'm suing you today.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be because I did anything wrong. It's just that
Right.
you want to sue me. So now I got to defend myself.
Right.
So I
Right.
have to spend
Right.
money. So all of a sudden I'm searching around. I actually went bankrupt in 1990 because
Mm-hmm.
I had to go, I had to, a lawsuit against my business would only go away if I did that. So it was like, okay, it was a couple other things too, but that was the main thing that I wouldn't have to keep
Mm-hmm.
spending money on a frivolous lawsuit. And that's
Yeah.
the reality of our legal system. So
Mm-hmm.
for a small monthly fee, you're protecting yourself. You're assuring yourself of being able to, when something comes up, and we never know, speeding ticket, accident,
Mm-hmm.
needing a will, all these things that are just part of what we do.
Yeah.
You now have protect. What do you when you see with the app? Because you got me, you helped me get the app a month ago or something like that.
Yes.
How has that changed your ability to service the clients with the app now?
Oh my God, this is what I do on this app all the time because it gives me the ability to share our services, to share the videos, to share um, information on it when people have questions, but also members like you
Yep.
can actually access where you can actually schedule a call with the attorney. I mean, you can still call, it's
Yeah.
still, the call there, But just having the access. Look, people, when we started, we were using DVDs to tell people about our services.
Yeah.
No CDs, DVDs,
Yeah.
cassettes. So when this app came out, it was just like I mean, just like with Netflix have apps. So all of the apps. So Legal Shield said we got to do something better. So the technology of us being on the app to make it accessible for anybody to be able to tap the app and actually request a phone call to actually put in the issue, whatever issue it is, as far as that they have, and having the law firm call you back or scheduling the call. So this app is so it was like a God. It was godsend. I said
Sure.
as
Well, it
far as
made it
having.
so much easier to
Hmm.
access your legal resources. And I
Yeah.
think about like way back when I'm talking maybe 20 years ago, I would be working and he'd call me back and I'd be in the middle of something because I picked up the phone. I
Mhm.
think now you have more control over the flow of how you speak with the attorney, which
Absolutely.
absolutely for busy business people,
Hmm.
you want to your time is money and you can't waste time, so you have to have things that'll save you time because everybody gets 24 hours. Nobody can request like I want 25 hours.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So what do you see like let's talk to our business people today,
Hmm. Hmm.
like contracts. How many times do we get a lot of contracts that we never even read?
Oh my God, that and I do a lot of networking, and I tell people, you have contracts that you don't read, and then all of a sudden you get in trouble, and not knowing that that's in the contract. That's where our law firm will review those contracts and make sure that it's in your best interest, that you're protected. But it may be where you didn't read that contract, and then all of a sudden somebody's suing you because of that. So
Yeah,
this is where you have the law firm that can actually write letters and phone calls on your behalf, especially with the businesses and personal. So having that, and I don't know, Pete, you know how much it costs for a lawyer to write a letter for you if it's not
probably, I
local to
don't
you?
know, 350 or something.
Exactly. I was going to say that. Even making a phone call. Well, I
Yeah,
want an hour consultation. I mean, that's $300. So that's why I said legal shield. And I'm going to tell you how we talk about that as far as suing you. So, legal shield, which used to be prepaid legal, that's when we joined. Um, the gentleman who created this company was sued. He was sued in a bad accident. It wasn't his fault. But this woman, she had a high price attorney that actually represented her. So they sued him. So he had to actually take everything, his savings, everything out to go to court, even though he ended up winning. But that's when he realized that it's got to be a better way. Because what if
yeah,
people don't have the money to pay for an attorney?
yep.
So Harlan Stonecipher is actually our founder of a prepaid legal shield,
Mhm.
which is a great thing about it because a lot of times when you call an attorney and they don't even give you that time or space to help you, he wanted to make sure that he hired law firms that had compassion to our clients, to help them, and not just by costing so much money, but by actually listening and helping them get the things that they need. So, just um, the different benefits that you get with our services is so much better, especially a business. I mean, I really want to help families, but I want to help businesses too. I want to help them get legally protected. I mean, I've had quite a few clients that, God, I wish they had this when I had my business, because a lot of people, a lot of businesses don't hire attorneys because it's too expensive. So
Yeah,
having access to help you be able to view those documents. Let's say you're leasing the location and you're not reading that document, let them help you read that document. But not just brick and mortar, but also home business supplements. I do a lot
yeah.
of home business supplements that actually help you with the same thing, making sure that you're protected for your business that you're doing at home. And the good thing about it, Pete, is that you get up to 5 businesses. Some people may have 2 or 3, 4, or 5 businesses with our home business supplement that
Yeah.
goes along with the legal shield plan. So those are some of the benefits that we have that can help you make sure your family and your business are protected legally and protecting your legacy.
And I know that cash flow is critical in any business owner. and your receivables, you have to have a
Mhm.
handle on them. You can't
Yeah.
have your you can't go to the bank and say, hey, my receivables are this,
Hmm.
so can I have
Hmm.
this money? I mean,
Yeah.
there's people out there who'll do that, but my point is, I like the idea of being able to have a letter written on
Hmm.
the attorney firm's stationery. When
Yeah.
I get a letter from an attorney, I think of it differently than a letter from a person.
Yes.
So that leverage by having, I don't know how many partners are on Deming's law firm, Deming
Hmm.
Parker, and I think probably a lot of names now because
It's a lot of names. Yeah.
but the main thing is it gets your attention. So if you haven't paid and you get in a letter from an attorney, you tend to put it on the top of the pile because
Oh yeah.
nobody wants a loss. Nobody wants a lawsuit or a legal action taken against them. So you're making sure that person knows you're serious, that you're
Hmm.
not playing around with the bills that haven't been paid.
Hmm.
So what do you like with your clients and when they're asking about that, what's their reaction knowing that they have a way that they can generate, a receivable letter that
Hmm.
has some clout?
Oh, it's great because I mean, when they get that, they said people pay attention. I mean, I had some new clients that said, "Wow, just I mean, listen, I got a letter." I mean, my attorney wrote a letter to for me to Wellstar,
Yeah.
and when I got that letter, I said, "Oh wow, I'll be scared of this letter myself." So having access to for a lawyer to write that for you without additional cost is so important. But no, I get a lot of great feedback on that. But Pete, I also want to tell you with the business collection letters. When you said sometimes your collectibles are not collecting, they even send collection letters out for you. So you get 4 months. So having an attorney send a collection letter out instead of you wasting that time because then you got to hire an accounts receivable person to do
Yeah.
that work. So it's like a lot of avenues that this can help businesses as well as families. As far as those demand letters makes a big difference when they get that. And they said, "Wow, I just called somebody. Actually, just had someone said yesterday they tried to call an attorney and they wanted to charge $300 just to send a letter out." So, and I said, well, with our services, it's $1 a day. It's
Yeah.
$29.95 a month. And then with the home business supplement, it's $1.50 a day. So having access to that law firm is what I like having to be able to pick up the phone. And another good thing is that I'm very close with our managing partner here in at Demi Parker. So with me, I treat people the way I want to be treated. And if my clients are not treated the right way, I actually contact them to let them know you need to have your attorney call, my client, because they don't want that going back to Legal Shield. Legal Shield has high standards of making sure the client customer satisfaction is of utmost importance, which is mine too. So
I like when I read Think and Grow Rich years ago
yeah.
when they had, like, the story goes, they had Henry Ford on trial for something ridiculous, and
Hmm.
they asked him all these questions, and he goes, I don't know. He
Hmm.
goes, but I do know that I have these individual phones on my desk, and they go to key people in my company that can give me the answer. So
Hmm.
it's almost like you have your legal team on speed dial.
Yeah.
And when you need them, you don't have to know all the answers. You just have to know somebody that'll give you the answers.
Hmm.
So it is in essence really giving you the legal advice or
Hmm.
expertise or protection that you need to be successful, whether it's your personal or your business.
Hmm.
So surround yourself with team players. Like, you got to have an accountant, bookkeeper, you know, you different people when you go down the list. Surround yourself with professionals that can do the job for you. Nobody
Absolutely.
says you have to know it all. You just got to know where the information is.
Yep.
So what does that mean? Like, just kind of share with our viewers, having experts around you. What in your personal opinion, what would that mean to you if all of a sudden you're surrounding yourself with all these professionals and all, and we're not even talking legal now, we're talking
Hmm.
just professionals.
Hmm. Hmm.
What would that do for your confidence to know that you're surrounded by people that know their expertise better than you do and can assist you?
Hmm.
Would that
Yeah,
give you more confidence in what you do?
absolutely. Because we're not experts in everything, so why not hire an expert that actually specializes in whatever field that is? I mean, I don't know a lot of things, so let me get somebody
Mhm.
to know about that situation. So it really makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Not like a doctor. We don't know all the professions of a doctor. We don't know all legal different fields that we need to
Yeah.
actually call. So all of those things, I'd rather have somebody experts that can tell me what is best for me or refer me to
Yes.
someone that can help me. So that is so important to be able to have access to those different things that we actually deal with in life. I mean, it's, a lot of things in life that we deal with and we try to figure it out ourselves. Why not let someone who actually has the expertise in that? So yeah, I'd rather have professionals surrounding me than me trying to figure it
Yes.
out myself. So,
I want to. We have an event coming up. We're getting high tech where we're going to take a commercial break, and I want to tell our viewers so they're aware that we have Ken Kington, who's going to be coming to Grace Church by Town Center for a night of comedy. So we have adult children and their aging parents. So this is date night with mom and dad, fun and laughter with nationally renowned clean, keyword clean comic Ken Kington. Anybody that's been in Atlanta, he's been around. He's absolutely hilarious. So May 22nd at 6 o'clock, you can get in front of, bring your parents, bring your family, and come out for a night of laughter. You can still say you went to church Wednesday night because it is at church and it is Wednesday night. So scan this QR code for our viewers. This QR code will give you access to, I think it's 46 minutes of Ken up in Salt Lake City at the Dry Bar, which is kind of a concept on YouTube that has comics that are, I think for the most part, they're clean comics. I don't know for sure, but they are good. But we're going to be there from 6 to 6:30. We'll take a break, grab something to eat with the vendors, and then Ken's going to come on from 7 to 7:30. So put it on your calendar and come out and laugh with your mom and dad. Have a date with your mom and dad. Okay, Wanda, we're back after
okay.
our commercial break. So tell our viewers, how do they get a hold of Wanda? They're saying, I want protection. I want to be able to sleep at night like Wanda Pearson. So
Yes.
how would they get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me. Actually, my phone number is 678-761-5781, or send an email to me at Wanda, WandaPearson, @att.net. And our website, if you want to know more about the different
Yeah,
services we offer, is Dennis, DennisPearson, Dennis Pearson,
yeah.
WeareAre, legal, LegalShield.com. So Dennis Pearson .wearelegalshield.com. And Dennis is my husband, so we are a team that actually
Yes.
works this
You
business.
keep it in the family.
Yes, yes.
Dennis, I run into him out there and he's a fine gentleman.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You would
you
love to hear
think
that.
that too. I mean, that's so tell our viewers what would be the one thing that they would want to take home from our podcast this afternoon?
Well, unexpected legal questions arise every day, right? and let them know that Legal Shield is on your side. Wanda's on your side, where you'll have access to quality law firm for covered personal situations, even pre-existing, even 24/7. Let's say if you're in an accident, if anything happens, you get a speeding ticket. No matter how traumatic or how trivial they may seem, our dedicated law firms are prepaid, and the sole focus is to make sure that we serve you rather than a bill, rather than bill you. I'm sorry, rather than bill you. So definitely, this is something that has been passionate on my heart to make sure that everyone is protected. But Pete, my biggest thing is to make sure that they know that your estate planning is included in this membership for
Awesome.
$1 a day. So
Want to encourage our viewers to reach out to Wanda. Share this with people you think could benefit by knowing that legal protection is affordable and it's available. And just get a hold of Wanda and her husband, Dennis, and talk with them. Ask them what you need. Any questions you have, they'll answer them. And
yes,
she'll even show you what's available on the app. So I want to thank you, Wanda, for being with us.
thank
And
you.
appreciate you bringing us the legal advice that the old saying, we don't know what we don't know.
Right, right.
Spending time with Wanda will shorten that gap. You'll know more and be able to protect yourself and have the necessary resources that you need to be successful in your business. So thank you so much, Wanda. We
Thank
appreciate you being here.
you. Thank you for always having me on your show, Pete. I'm
Oh,
honored. I'm
you
honored
are
to be
welcome. As long as you put WTP behind you, we're going to keep you on.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well,
All right.
thank you. Thank you
Have a
so much.
great weekend. And thank you, viewers, for being a part of our show today.
Thank you.